Hello Gemini, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Magpie Moonchild, my tarot channel. My name is Kayleigh. This is going to be a romance, relationship, there could be romance, relationship reading for the 16th to the 22nd of February 2019. If that's not the date that you're watching it, it could be that divine timing is in play and the messages are meant for you now. Having said that, it is a general reading, so it will not resonate with absolutely every Gemini out there. There's no possible way any reading could resonate with absolutely every single Gemini reading, but I really hope this message is for you and it gives you what you need. Roles can be reversed, so if you feel you resonate with the other party in the reading, then absolutely take the reading from that point of view. Do not give over your free will or decision making to a tarot reading. You have your own inner compass, your own conscience to follow when making decisions in your life. If it's a major life decision, absolutely get the relevant professional advice. Is there anything else? I don't think so, and if I do think of it, I'm sure it will come to me. As it's a relationship reading, if you're wondering who the other person is in the relationship, it's the person you came into it thinking about. So the person you're thinking about right now, Gemini. Okay, I've been shuffling these off camera, but I also like to shuffle them on camera so you know they have been shuffled. Even the bit that you see shuffled. They're quite active, so there's obviously something coming out for you today, Gemini. As it's a relationship reading, I will be doing your energy, then their energy, like at the moment. How you feel towards them, how they feel towards you, the feelings within the relationship, the energy within the relationship. Then it'll be what you need to work on or what's going on with you at the moment, what's going on with them at the moment or what they need to work on. And then it will be, they've come up face down, so... and then what needs to be worked on within the relationship to sort of balance it out, and then advice and outcomes from there as appropriate. Okay, let's cut it and get the reading for Gemini for the 16th to the 22nd of February 2019. Okay, Gemini, your energy coming in is the Wheel of Fortune. It's all change for you. Some fatalistic change is coming to stir up everything you know and change everything you hold dear. In a good way, because it's coming upright. Their energy coming in is the Emperor. This can be good. This is constructive. It can be a constructive energy for expansion, growth, building. Construction's a very good word. It could be a construction. But it can also be quite tyrannical, controlling. It's the divine masculine energy, if you believe in divine masculine and feminine, twin flame energy. I'm reluctant to use the words twin flame because that's a very specific niche thing. It's like billions to one that it happens for. And just look into it. It's not a beautiful fairy tale romance. Soulmate's better, but they can be your counterpart, your equal, but it can also be it could be an Aries that you're relating to. Okay, your feelings towards them is a 10 of coins. You don't feel like this is 10 of coins. The right way up is a happy hearth and home. So something at home within the relationship is just not, is fundamentally not working at the moment. Not happy. Or you feel like you won't have a happy hearth and home with them. That could be you don't feel secure in the relationship, or you don't feel they're committed to you. Financially, you could be in a bad place at the moment, but let's go from there. Their energy, their feelings towards you is the Tower. Your relationship's ended with this Aries or this person. That's why your life is flipped upside down and changed. Or something's come in and completely changed your whole world upside down between you. The energy between the two of you, or what's going on with the two of you at the moment, is the 8 of Cups in reverse. So somebody has been looking for something and now they've found it. Something to make them emotionally fulfilled, and now they have found it. They've done the looking within to see what it is they need. They've gone off in search of it. And now they've found what it is. They've chosen to leave you, I'm getting, because you feel justice has not been served. For you, you feel that this is unfair. I'm getting that I want to cry. This is not fair. Why have they done this? Where have they gone? They've made this decision without me. This is quite new, Gemini, that they've left you. This is not fair. Feels wrong. Like we're supposed to be together. Why aren't we together? What they need to work on, 3 of Cups, there was someone else. I'm really sorry, there was someone else. Night out, or somebody, a friend that they've had, you've probably been suspicious of a friend. They go out together, drinking a lot, do a lot of things together, spend a lot of time together. But this 3rd cup, they found someone else. What they were looking for, what they needed emotionally, was somebody else. And they've left you for someone else. And you feel like that's not fair. You've invested in this person, you've built up a home with them, and this has come out of nowhere. To you, this has come out of nowhere. I don't think they even expected it, actually, because the Tower being on their side, as well as the Wheel of Fortune on you, the Tower being on their side, this hit them like a bolt of blue. They didn't expect this to happen. They didn't expect to feel like this. It's almost like they went out for a night out and something happened. They slept together, or they had a moment. I'm not getting sleeping together because there's no wand energy. They had a moment, a snog or something, or they shared something, a moment, and it's changed the whole dynamic. And they feel like this is the person they're supposed to be with. That what was lacking, what they felt was lacking with you, has been found with them. And you're feeling like between you, this is an opportunity you didn't see coming. They didn't see coming. All they're seeing is these 3 cups, which was you. Or they went off for this night out and they didn't see that this Ace of Cups, this opportunity, new beginning of love, this new emotional relationship was even an option before they went out, but it just happened. They've not done this to hurt you. It's happened organically. They've actually... They haven't been fair. It feels very wrong to you. They've been fair to you because it's happened. They felt like this. And they've not led you on. They've just, oh my God, this has happened. This is who I'm supposed to be with. And then they've ended it with you. Which has flipped your whole world upside down. Everything you've known, every comfort you've known has gone. You feel like it's very unfair. But it could have been a lot more unfair in a way. They could have done you an injustice and strung you along for longer, knowing that they felt like this about a person, and you feel like this. But while you're focusing on this 3 cup situation, you're not seeing that there could be something out there for you. But this relationship is done. They've moved on to someone else. This is done. I'm really sorry, Gemini. I'm really sorry. They didn't intend to do it. They didn't intend to fall for this person. I'm pretty sure they were quite happy with you. They just literally went out to celebrate something with their friends, and this has happened, and it's flicked a light switch. Oh my God, you're what I've been looking for all along. And they've had to follow it, and they've had to end what's going on with you. You felt like they were your other half. They were your emperor to your empress, but they're not. And you feel they've been quite harsh. They feel awful. They feel like they've brought a whole kingdom down. Your whole kingdom down. They do feel awful. But this, how they feel about this person, is how you dream of being felt about. Does that make sense? Yeah. Now's the time to process. Absolutely feel every feeling of this injustice that you feel has been dealt to you. You have every right to every emotion. You are grieving right now. You've lost everything that you know and have known. You've lost your foundation. Everything that you thought was stood up has now been crashed down out of nowhere. But don't forget that it's also been that for them. They've had to tear everything down, and they do care for you because they didn't want to do it. They had to do it. This is fate coming into play. Because if they didn't, it would have happened eventually anyway, because the foundations that your relationship were on were no longer stable because they had these other feelings for someone else. And it's better that they cut you loose now and be honest with you than to string you along and then you've got all that extra hurt. The inevitable would have happened, and it would have been a lot worse if they hadn't just done it. Absolutely feel those feelings, process them, and then move on, move forward. But you have to give yourself time to grieve and deal with what it means. If you look, there's two people in that boat. You have a future with someone else once you've dealt with those feelings and that hurt and that betrayal and what that means. You feel betrayed. Absolutely, you feel betrayed. But the fact that this is the Ten of Swords means that this cycle is closing out. Once you've processed those feelings, this is done. It's the end of that process. You're not going to feel like they've stabbed you in the back anymore. It's done. It's over with. It's dead. It's gone. It's cut free out of your life. That cycle is then closed and you are open to another relationship. Don't go driving forward for it. Do not. You have to maintain balance. Also avoid a Cancer while you're healing. Because this is Cancer in reverse. So avoid a Cancer. Avoid the Cancer. This is that way up. It's the sign of... But you're going to feel unbalanced for a while. You're going to feel like you can't keep it together. You're going to struggle to keep the reins in. You've got to feel like you're split in 5 different directions and you have so much to sort out. A Cancer person is going to come along. Somebody whose star sign is Cancer is going to come along and try and help you. You don't need their help. You don't need a relationship with them right now. You're struggling enough to bring the reins in. You feel betrayed. You feel hurt. This is not the time to start being with someone else. And try not to argue too much. The Page of Swords is that hurt child, cutting words, lashing out, having a go at them, stalking them. Please do not stalk. Whatever's going on with them, their feelings do not affect you anymore. They are gone. They are probably going to cut contact with you. That's not to be taken personally. That's just a natural process of breaking up with someone. They might not even be with this person yet. They've just realised that this is the person they want to be with and that it's not you anymore. That their fate and future and heart belongs elsewhere. Try not to lash out. Try not to be too hard on yourself. Try not to look too much for reasons why, because it's quite obvious. They just had feelings for someone else and they were surplus to... not surplus. Stronger, more instinctively knowing, destined emotions than they had for you. And wouldn't you rather be loved in a way that surpasses everything else than to be the person that they stayed with? And that would have just made them unhappy and in turn you unhappy, and you don't want to be half loved. You don't want a half life. But you're going to feel out of control for a while. You're going to feel like lashing out. You're going to feel angry. You're going to feel betrayed. That's perfectly normal. It's called grief, darling. Grief. And you just have to give yourself space to grieve, to have those feelings, to have those emotions. You are entitled to feel. It's over. This is the Death card. This is the end of one cycle, the beginning of another. It is not to be feared. Death is actually one of my favourite cards in the whole deck. Death to me is autumn, that October Halloweeny time, Scorpio season, when everything dies off and it rots down. This sounds awful. Please go with me. It is a good metaphor. It rots down and it decomposes and breaks down, and fundamentally it processes, the earth processes everything, and from that it then springs back into life with new hope, new joy, new life, and it grows back bigger and better. And what was old and the lessons learned effectively then fuel and nurture give you the nutrients you need to move forward stronger and bigger and better than you did in the closing of the other season. So although yes, death sounds awful, things have to die for the life cycle to start again. It will transform you into something beautiful and give you a new opportunity, a new cycle to start with someone else. I hope that's given you what you need, Gemini. I know that's not a very good relationship read, a happy relationship read, but not every read should be. Sometimes we need to hear that they didn't do it to hurt you. They didn't break up with you to hurt you. They just realised feelings for someone else in a completely innocent way. They didn't shag them a one night stand and they feel bad. They think this is the one. This is like feelings hit them like a lightning bolt and they realise that they're not supposed to be with you. And isn't that better that they realised they weren't supposed to be with you and ended it than string you along for a while they figured everything out? I'd rather be left by someone that knows they don't want to be with me than with someone leading a half-life where you're half-loved like you should be. And now they're gone and you can process the pain. You can then open your heart to someone who truly loves you like you deserve and truly loves you in the way that everybody that is worthy of you. Do not ever doubt your worth. You just weren't supposed to be with them, which is very easy for me to say when I'm not hurting and in your situation, but I have been in your situation. And it's painful and it's horrible to have someone choose another person over you. It's heartbreaking. But I would rather them be with me because I'm the person they picked over everybody else. I don't want to be second choice. I don't want to be the backup. I don't want to be second prize. I'd rather they just fucked off and let somebody come into my life who did love me like I'm supposed to be loved, and that I'm worthy of that love. This is not a reflection of your worth, by the way. This is a reflection of their feelings towards someone else. How you deal with it, it reflects your worth. You are worthy of a true love who has that tower moment and realises you're the path that they need to follow. This frees you up for that person to come in. Gemini, I'm sending you so much love and light right now. It's painful, it hurts, and you're probably crying again because it hurts and you wanted a different answer to this reading, and I'm really sorry. I'm not telling you what you want to hear. I'm telling you what you need to hear. I'm sending so much love and light to you. Namaste.